Nicknames have a strange way of sticking to somebody. Sometimes the meaning is for convenience, mockery, a reoccurring event that somehow you keep getting yourself into. Or sometimes there's just no clear relationship whatsoever. My grandfather has always called me P. Rooney or Looney Tooney. This isn't about me though. This is about him. I remember waking up to the sounds of bacon and eggs, and plates clattering, silverware shuffle, and out of the back corner, I would get my wake-up call.
Nicholas, get up. Let's eat.
I always knew him as Granddaddy, but everyone else called him Crash. I always thought his name was Crash, and found out later I wasn't the only one.
A lot of people don't know me by my first name. I mean, if they was to mention it, they'd say, "Who's that?" But then if they said Crash, then they pick up on it.
It was December 1967. My grandfather was still in the Air Force. He was stationed over in Tennessee. He used to come home about every other weekend, to see family and whatnot, and he lived in Silva at the time. Well, on this particular weekend, it was a Saturday night, so him and a friend went out, just riding around, just being boys. His friend owned a 1957 station wagon.
And we was kind of at a high rate of speed. It's two-lane highways back then. We cut in front of the Jarrett house, and we was behind the car, and that buddy of mine, Danny Jones is his name, called him Worm. He said, "Is anything coming?" And I said, "Nah, go ahead." And I wasn't even looking, so he pulls out, and when he did, we hit head on with a 1968 Malibu that a friend of ours had just bought about 3 days before. It totaled both of them. And he throwed me through the windshield up to about my waist, and then I come back through it. I woke up laying in the floorboard, and I felt like there was water dripping in my hands, and I looked at my hands, and they was full of blood.
So about 200 stitches later, he was AWOL and still had a head full of glass. And the name Crash was promptly given to him. He still carries it to this day.
And I still carry the scars from it, too.
Nicknames are given to people for achievements, for talents, for physical features. Everybody has a nickname. Andrew Jackson was called Old Hickory. Mauricio Hual was called Shogun. Penny Hardaway, Tiger Woods. Most people don't even realize that these are even nicknames.
Around here, everybody's got a nickname. Just like my brother, they called him Bird. He even had his name changed to Bird. He signs everything Bird, B-Y-R-D. We used to have this one guy, his name was Randall Fox. He gave nicknames to everybody. He might have been the one that gave me mine, I don't know. I think Dad called Kenny Worm. Everybody's got a nickname. Nickel Eli Lowe, that's what Parker, when he was first born, he asked me what your name was, and I said, Nicholas Lee, and he said, Nickel Eli Lowe.